everyone, and welcome back to Bobbin's Minecraft Let's Play, featuring the Infinity Evolved Skyblock mod pack. You are watching episode 29. We didn't skip 27, or we didn't skip 28, I just did 27 twice. I'll have to make a note in edit on the video itself when I misspeak that it's episode 28, or 27. Whatever. Anyway, today I would like to make an achievement. And the achievement I want to do is I want to go ahead and complete the angel ring, and to do that I need a thermostatic harness. So let's take a look at the thermostatic harness. This is the most difficult item in the angel ring. It's the one that enforces the progression more than anything else, and it requires 4 items put together in an infusion altar. So you have to have an infusion altar, obviously. One is from witchery, one is from blood magic, and the other is from, well, and one is from Britannia, and then there's a Thaumcraft one. So it's got all 4 items here. Now, the one from witchery requires redstone soup. That's the most complicated piece of this one. And because you've got to go and get the drop of luck, which means you have to have a certain amount of altar power going. Not any huge thing at this point. The air sigil requires a demonic slate, which will actually not be a problem at all. You do have to have visited the end in order to make the ender air bottle. This is not an issue either. The void chest plate, you obviously have to have gone far enough in Thaumcraft to have opened up the Eldritch tab so that you can make void ingots. Let me see if I can pull that up here, because that's here on the Eldritch tab. No biggie there. You've probably already gotten to that point if you're this far. If not, that may be a barrier, and you'll have to get your warp up until you can open up that page. The other piece of it, let's see here, is the flugel tiara, or whatever it is. And this one requires Gaia spirits. Now, this is the actual item that enforces the progression. It's from Britannia, and to get these you have to do the Gaia ritual. And in order to perform that ritual, you have to make certain pylons. Which are these right here. And you'll notice they require an ethereal slate, which means you have to have a tier 5 blood altar in order to progress to this point. Our blood altar is tier 5. That was done a couple episodes ago, in that really frustrating episode, as I recall. And I have gone ahead and made these in advance because it takes a long time to make these. You've got to go and run it all through the infusion altar 4 times in order to make these. So that's all done. In fact, what I've actually done so far is I've got the whole area set up over there. We'll go over there in a minute. But I have actually made all of the items except for that tiara already, because I didn't want to, these are not the progression setting items. If you've gotten to this point, you should be able to make those. The only one that might be a little questionable is if you haven't progressed far enough in Thaumcraft, you may not be able to make the void chest plate, and you may have to eat zombie brains until you get your warp high enough up to have the Eldritch Epiphany so you can progress on that. The only other thing that I've really got going on over here in this area is I did bring another node in, and I got a bunch of aspects on it using a bee, and I set up a wand recharging pedestal. And one of the bees here I'm using is the rejuvenating bee. If you have a wand pedestal and a rejuvenating bee running right next to your node over here where it's able to deal with the node and charge it up, it will charge very fast. You have to have very little actual vis in the node in order to be able to recharge a wand to capacity in no time at all. It's easily the fastest way to recharge a wand is to have a node with any vis at all of the particular type that you're looking for, and a wand recharge pedestal, and a be the rejuvenating princess that has the appropriate uh, effect on it to cause the node to renew. Anyway, let's go over here, and I'm going to clear off some animals here while I talk a little bit about this fight. I've actually already done this fight earlier today. It was I had never done it before, so I wanted to go ahead and make sure that it was all nice and cleared up. I am going to do it again because I will need more of the Gaia spirits. You get 8 when you finish the fight. That's not really going to be nearly enough. So we'll just come over here and clear all the animals off of here. You're going to hear some mob noises because this platform is actually hollow at this point. I set up a bat spawner down at the bottom of it, and right now it's got mobs in it. I'll clear that out some other time. So anyway, this fight, what we need to do, and I'm probably going to get animals spawning right back on this thing again because I know I'm missing one item. In order to trigger the ritual that does the fight, you have to have a Terra Steel ingot. So I'll just get one of those, put all that stuff away, come over here. Now, for this fight, the Lexica Britannia recommends that you have Elementium armor, which is the stuff that you make out of materials that come through the Elven Gateway. It's pink, just like these pylons. You don't really need that. In fact, there's probably very little reason to go that route at this point because I have the I'm using flux infused armor, and it's good enough. It will do exactly what we need. Let me go ahead and get the better helm. And what I'm doing to prepare for this, I had never done the fight before, so I didn't know how hard it is. The book actually says that it's even harder than the Wither. But in fact, I've never died to the Wither, so that doesn't really say very much because the Wither's pretty easy. Well, this fight is harder than the Wither. It's actually going to take longer than killing the Ender Dragon did. There are a few things that you can do to help out, and I'm going to go ahead and do them. You will notice at each one of these corners that I have an amber block. That block is not important. It's just a place to put things. But there's an incense plate on top of each one of these. And I am going to use incense for buffs during the fight. So let me go ahead and put that one down. I don't remember which one that was, and there's no... Yeah, I can get it back out. This one is Brew of Crossed Souls. It'll last 90 minutes. It allows you to regain health whenever you kill a mob. There is a phase during this fight where a lot of mobs spawn, so that's an opportunity to recover some of your health. This one is Regeneration. And put it over here. The next one is Strength 2. I'll put it over here. And then finally, this one is Resistance 2. Now let me come over here and light all of these. There we go. So just use a flint and steel on it to light it. And when I get all these lit, I should see all of the buff effects from them. They cover a fairly large area. Covering this whole platform is not really a problem. So during the fight, I will have buffs from this incense. The other thing that I have that should be pretty helpful in this fight is I have a Thaumium-based or Thaumium-bossed Infernal Wand. The Infernal Wand has the ability to neutralize the Wither effect. There are some purple clouds that form on the ground. If you stay in them, you get the Wither effect. I don't know if the boss himself casts Wither or not, but it doesn't matter because as long as I've got this in my inventory, I should be immune to the Wither. or the withering effect. I've got Flux Flu right now. I don't know if that does anything that's going to affect the fight. Anyway, the way this fight works is it spawns a big circle. You're compelled to stay in the circle. The mob teleports around and you hit it. It spawns purple clouds. Ideally, avoid the purple clouds. In this case, I'm sufficiently buffed that it probably won't be an issue. Um, Once the boss gets down to about 10% of its health, something like that, it will go up and become invulnerable, and it will spawn waves of mobs. You kill the waves of mobs, and after you've killed several waves of them, he comes back down and you can kill him off normally. Now, one thing that I did notice in the last fight is it appears that he's immune to range damage. I don't know for sure that that's the case, but I will just use my sword because that's what I ended up doing last time, and it worked just fine. It's just a lot of chasing him around. So it's... Oh, yeah, I also am going to turn down the sound for this fight. Maybe just the music if I can, because it's got fairly loud music that it plays that is specifically for this fight. I don't... Maybe that will turn it down enough. If not, I might hit escape in the middle of the fight and just turn down the master volume as well. We'll see. So, to start the fight, I'm going to shift click on the altar with the Terra Steel ingot, and it should begin pretty quickly. Having a lot of trouble seeing him, probably because it's night. Okay, I really don't like this fight, it's just too long. I'm mostly okay with mobs moving around a little bit during the fight to make it a little bit interesting, but this is kind of too much. Alright, he's gone invulnerable up here and should start summoning waves of mobs. loud music stopped, thankfully. Alright, so he's back. Still got a skeleton shooting at me there. Oh, where is he? Urgh. Die! Come on! This fight might actually be easier without the flying ability because it causes me to rotate too much and to move too far. But the first time I fell off the platform, I would not be very happy with that. Okay, so we got another 8 Gaia spirits and a bunch of stuff mostly from mobs and a yellow heart that I don't need and an epic shader grab bag that I have no use for either. But really, it was a very safe fight. I didn't lose very much health. It certainly sounded like I was from the continual getting hit noises, but that wasn't really the case. My hit points were never very low. My hearts pretty much stayed yellow. I do have 30 hearts. So let's come over here and make our tiara. So let's see, tiara. Might help if I spelled it correctly. And we're going to need 4 of these and 2 elementium and 2 feathers. Let's see. So they went like that. Put some of this stuff away. Alright. And feather. And the other item was a bottle of Ender Air. Just like that. I got a whole half a stack of them from the nether. Or not from the nether, from the end the last time I was there. Alright, so we have this tiara. So now we need to go ahead and make the thermostatic harness. I see that egg wishes to find its way into my inventory. Let me get rid of that ring. Alright. So, in here I have the other items for this. And the chest plate goes in the middle. Just like that. And let's space the other items equally apart. And let's go ahead and double check that. Yes. Okay, and we need 64 each of air, travel, flight, and magic. Let's just come over here and make sure we've got that much in the system. Air, magic, flight, travel, we do. So I need, did I put away my wand? Where is my wand? I guess I just dumped it back in the AE system when I put all that other stuff away a minute ago. Alright, click. Let's watch this thing go. And this should be stable enough that I don't have any problems with it, but if I do, I'll have to stop the process because there's just too much. These things are too involved to make, to go and make extras of them when you probably won't need them. Let's see how this is progressing here. We're at, I guess to see it I need my goggles of revealing. My goggles of revealing are about destroyed. I need to do something about that. So we've got all the air aspect in, and we're putting in the travel. I don't think this is a particularly, it just says moderate for the instability. That's not bad at all. Not with this altar, it shouldn't be. Although it is funny how much the cube in the middle just sort of goes and just really does not stay put. Everything is still there. Had a little bit of a lag spike there. So if this works out okay, there is one other thing I would like to do today, and we'll just see what that is when we get to it, because it's something that has been worked on for a while now. Now, one thing that does bother me a little bit about the Angel Ring achievement, if we go and look at this, there are a whole bunch of different Angel Rings that they differ in this row right across here, which sets the visual appearance. There is no way of knowing which one of these it's expecting when you go for the achievement, which to me means hopefully any of them will work. I will be annoyed if it's only one of them, because there's absolutely no way to tell which one it needs. If we just come over here to, let's go to achievements just to, if we go here, it just says, Archangels have nothing on me, craft an angel ring. Well, okay, these are all angel rings. Hopefully this first one here will do just fine. We'll see. So put it in there, and there it is. And for the first time, I will be completing a recipe in the Dyer crafting table. There we go, and we got the achievement. So good. Getting a big lag spike here. I hope it's not crashing. Okay, that was a crash, and I'm back, and unfortunately it was a little bit more than a crash. I'll explain that in a minute. But what happened was the rendering routine for this trophy apparently crashed. That happened then. I'm able to get back in game, and it's not a problem. I have put the trophy down on the fence post here. I've actually done quite a few things since the crash, because what happened was I got back in and I started recording again and going along my merry way, only to find that because of the crash, the software that I used to capture the video had flaked out a little bit too, and so it would start recording, and then immediately, like maybe 10 seconds later, it would delete the partially recorded video after throwing its hands up. And I didn't realize that this had happened, so I recorded a bunch and I lost it. So let me just talk about what I did afterwards, and I'll do a little bit of show and tell, but there's not a whole lot. What I did after the last episode was I went and as you may recall, in the last episode I had set up a spawner for Crimson Knights. What I actually went ahead and did was I changed that out for Crimson Clerics eventually. I was trying to get this book right here, the Crimson Rites, and I did eventually get it. I got it from Clerics, not the Knights. The Knights may drop it. The Clerics definitely do. What happens when you inspect that book is it opens up this research right here, Opening the Eye. And Opening the Eye opens up a recipe for creating eldritch eyes if you're not getting enough of them for some reason. But it also gives you the opportunity to use eldritch eyes to open up a portal to a special dungeon dimension that Thaumcraft provides. And I have already opened up the portal over here because that's what I did. What you do to open up this portal, let me kill this guy, is once you have opened up the appropriate research, I don't know what's happening there, but you can put 4 eldritch eyes on this center obelisk and click it with a wand, and as soon as you do that, it will convert the node that was there before into this sort of black hole that leads to a portal, or that leads to the other dimension. Let's go in there and take a look. I've messed it up just a little bit from its original state, but not too badly. No. What's going on? Okay, so these guys are now dead. Alright, so it's all these tunnels, and they lead to various places. I have not explored it a great deal. There are like little spawners on the wall that pop out, crabs that attack you, and it's got various sorts of other mobs that sort of wander around here. Let's see if we can find some of the... There's one of the crabs over there. There's a room over here that spawns a bunch of them. And then it's coming over here. That is an ugly thing. Alright. So it spawns all these tunnels, and there's a room over, that room over there spawns a bunch of them. It's kind of hard to... They can get on your head like that one just did, and that is disturbing. I actually left the dimension to get that off of my head. This room has enough of the spawners that I can't destroy the spawner to stop the spawning because it just spawns the crabs too fast. If I could, that's a mob I have not seen before. That little spider. If I could, I'd take out those things and be done with it. I might bring some TNT or something in here to take care of it, but that is my adventure in here. I'm going to have to do quite a bit more stuff here to explore this, but that's pretty much it. Let me go back out here. Alright, so you can go back and forth between this dimension now. It's opened up. There's nothing really to mine in it except the materials on the walls and that sort of thing. Some of the there are like some urns that have some loot in them, and you can get like knowledge fragments from some of the tablets on the wall, that sort of thing. But I haven't done very much with it. I'm going to have to explore all that and get rid of it. I did notice that it did open up some more items in the book here. So I'm going to have to go and look at some of this stuff between episodes and get all that figured out. In the meantime, I'm sorry you missed the opening of the portal. I just had a glitch with the software, and it was unfortunate, but these things do happen. I've had a number of problems the last few episodes. Hopefully I won't have more crashes and have to deal with that anytime soon. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this episode. I do appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.